Right, guys, this is Detroit. Welcome back to Axis and Allies, the Garrison. We're coming back to you from the bunker here in Rochelle Park, New Jersey. So we're lucky today because I'm actually blessed with having two friends that are coming over from Utah, right?
That's right.
Okay, we have Melanie and her husband, Mathew. They're visiting us here at the Garrison in order to visit and know about a little bit about the Garrison. Okay, so I'm very pleased and honored that you guys actually want to get to meet me and the Garrison. So,
Honor's all ours.
No, I'm very happy to have you guys here over. So, how was your trip over?
It was great. I mean, I had some business here in New York,
Okay.
and we thought, oh, we'll go see a Broadway show. I'll bring my wife Melanie,
Great.
and then we realized how close you were.
Right.
Just looked it up on the map and thought, oh, let's see if
So-
there's any way we could come and just...
So, kill two birds with one shot.
Yeah.
Right? Why not? Yeah. So basically, Matthew's here with his wife, and he asked to get some help or a few tips on how it is that he can go about painting his pieces. So sure enough, a little while ago, we were going over a couple of techniques, a couple of tips that you can use on how to go about customizing your own pieces.
Very
right?
helpful.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you.
No, my pleasure, my pleasure. So how is it that you first came about getting exposed to the game?
So, I mean, I think like a lot of people, I was, high school, I think a junior in high school, and I played with my brother and a friend from school, and I just remember being excited to come home from school and play.
Yeah.
And, if we didn't finish, we'd slide it under the bed and look forward to pulling it out the next day. I think
And how old were you at the time?
I was probably 16, 17, somewhere in there.
Wow.
So
Pretty much the same time. Like I can speak from experience myself. I was like, probably like 16. And I must have been like a sophomore in high school. I'm thinking 87, 88, maybe 89. I'm very fuzzy.
Yeah.
But that was more or less the time when I myself got exposed to the game. And I remember looking at the game and saying to myself, this is what I want to do. I want to play this game. It's my game. And I was very fascinated by the whole idea of playing a strategy tabletop war game of Classic and Allies. And I was like just blown away with it, just as you were.
yeah, well, it's fascinating. I mean, I loved the game.
Okay.
Ever since.
Yeah, I can see that. So where are you right now? Are you playing? Are you or just getting into it again? Or?
I guess it's some of getting into it again.
Yeah.
I have had kind of an annual game scheduled with my brother every night, or every Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. We would get together and we'd play.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to play more than that, and it's kind of hard to find the time. But I love what you guys have done with the YouTube wars. I think that's a viable way to do it.
Well, obviously you guys are married, okay? And you guys have what, three kids, three girls, three daughters. Okay, so for people that are busy, that are professionals, have businesses, have families, have children, it can be very difficult to find the time to be able to play this game, okay? Especially when you're in a relationship. So, I give you credit, Melanie, for not giving your husband a hard time. I'm very fortunate myself that my wife also is good with me having this hobby, but it can be very difficult. So, the YouTube wars presents a scenario where by using social media as a platform, you can actually play the game and not yet make the heavy commitment that the game requires at times by you having to play an entire day where you have to dedicate 10, 12 hours. And it's like, I'm sure Melanie will go, well, this guy's crazy. How can you play 10, 12 hours?
Not a huge chunk of time.
It's tough. So social media and YouTube creates a platform where you can play the game for, half hour, 40 minutes at a time, maybe once a week. Because by the time it's your turn all over again, it's a week later, or 5, 6, 7 days later, sometimes even longer. So it's definitely a big plus. So I'm glad that you recognize that, hey, that's something that I can use myself for my own gaming, and something that your wife now, can tolerate a little bit more easily.
She enjoyed watching episodes of the YouTube wars.
Oh, I'm glad you get thanks.
She loved them.
I am glad. So, okay, so then you're just getting back into the game. What do you want to do with it then? As far as what game you want to play?
I've been inspired by your painted pieces, and I think G40 is kind of the sweet spot of what to play. I think Sired Blood's BBR rule set.
Yeah.
I think it's just so well thought out. That just seems like anything in the G40 realm. YG has a great has a great rule set too.
It does.
There are great ones there to choose from, but I really like G40.
Yeah. Well, definitely, G40 is definitely a compromise. It's definitely like you take historical board gaming's Global War. It's a great game, and anybody that is into strategy, wargaming, I would definitely recommend that game. Same thing with Young Grasshopper's game, which is more of again another compromise, where it's not as long, but a little bit longer than Global 40. They're both amazing games, from what I can see. I haven't played them, but from the rule sets and the explanations that have been given to me, and that I've observed on YouTube and commentaries being made by other people, they're actually very good games. The one problem is that they're a little bit longer than usual. So I guess for those of us that have issues with time and that have families and responsibility and are limited, Global 40 may be the way to go. But the beautiful thing is, you know what, that we have alternatives, we have choices to go with for gaming purposes. And not only that, but then you have the different rules that are coming about now, which is even better. So it makes the game even more attractive to more of us out here in the community. So I think it's a great thing. So so what map are you playing on?
So I mean the map I just printed a custom print of YG's Intrepid map.
Oh,
it's not quite as big as yours. I mean it's a 33 by 72, but I like
which is
your
pretty
bigger
big.
One. It is pretty big, but I like your bigger one because for example, Greater Southern Germany. I fit everything in there. I mean that's the other thing I guess I like about Sireblood's map is he's kind of tweaked the geography so that it's a smaller map, but the spaces are bigger when you need it bigger.
Well, anytime you're playing with a larger map, it's a compromise. There are benefits also, but there's a lot of cons that come along with playing on the larger map. A larger map means that you have to reach over the table, so sometimes you need a little push stick or a counter to assist you with moving the pieces across the board. The advantages are that, you know what, you can place pieces on each sea zone or land territory with much more ease, and they're more spacious. So it makes sense in that fashion. It facilitates your playing on the board itself. But as far as playing on a more compact board, sometimes it gets more confusing. Everything's much more closer, and that can lead to also confusion, I think. So I hear you. So, but I myself, I enjoy playing on a big map. I think I would see myself playing on a small map, unless I'm visiting somebody.
It's very epic.
It's very epic. That's so true. So back at home, what do you want to do then? You want to set up a place, or you already have a place?
So we've got an unfinished basement.
Oh,
and
future bunker.
Yeah, future bunker. Once we finish paying off the house, which we're this close to doing, I mean, we are looking forward to finishing the basement, and I would love to have something like what you have down in
thank you.
the area down there.
See,
awesome.
For me, that's a compliment, because for him to say that he wants to have something that I have, that's like, where am I? But I've always said that the Garrison is a work in progress. It's something that is not yet complete. For instance, I have an issue here now where I've lost access to a bathroom. So I need to work. I have more space in the back where I need to build a half bathroom. This way, when my guests come over, they have a place to go to, especially when I'm hosting an event. So that's something I got to work on. There's a few other things that I got to get to improve upon, and it's part of the ongoing work in progress that I call the Garrison.
Well, the palette wall that you just put in is gorgeous.
Thank you. I got to give credit to G.I. Joe, because when I went to the bloodbath, we were, at the end of our play days, at the end of the night, we would stay up to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, just talking about Axis and Allies, talking about the people that we're meeting. And G.I. Joe was talking about him building his war room or his own bunker. And I think he mentioned something about pallets. And I'm like, you know what, something that I think I could do in my bunker myself. And I'm like, I think I could do that. So sure enough, when I came back, and I mentioned to G.I. Joe that I was going to be doing that, I would be working on a pallet wall myself. When I came back, I started going around town, picking up all the pallet, all the pallets that were thrown out, and you know, I broke them down, sanded them down, and then, you know, it's a lot of work. So thank you, but halfway through the project, I gave up on collecting pallets. So I ended up going to Home Depot, actually not Home Depot, Lowe's, and started buying wood that was similar to pallet wood, very affordable, you know. And same things. I ended up like half of the Garrison now is Lowe's wood that I ended up buying. You know, so it's similar. It is pallets if you think about it. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it is. You know, so, and you know, but I'm not yet finished. I gotta do that side. I gotta build a wall on that side. So you know, but it's
awesome. What you've done.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, so what are you guys gonna do for tonight? I hear that you have plans.
Yeah, we're going to see Wicked tonight, and we have never been to see a Broadway show in New York City, so this will be a real treat for us.
You know, one of my friends, Ernest, over there, one of the guys that are originals here at the Garrison, he loves going to Broadway shows, and he's always talking about it. And you know, if you go to a New York City Broadway show, it's the best. I highly recommend it. You won't regret it.
We're looking forward to it.
So in any case, guys, I'm not going to bother my friends here anymore. Thank you so much for coming. And Melanie, thank you. Pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's all mine. Thank you for putting up with this guy. You know, and you know, it's really nice that somebody's wife actually is here. You know, it's like, for me, it's an honor. It's like, it's cool, man. It's cool. It really is.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, you should be. It's a good hobby. It's something that takes his, you know, at least for me, it's a good way to work out stress. You know, and he's not out there getting drunk. You know, he's home for the most part. Yeah. So, you know, so. In any case, guys, that's it. That's all I have. I hope you guys enjoy this episode of Axis and Allies, the Garrison. Once again, I thank my friends Melanie and Mathew, Todd. So, you know, as always, don't forget to hunker down and play.